Hello students, welcome back in the new topic, formation of a joint stock company. Before we start the topic, I want to make you clear a few things. This is one of the topic in Poonam Gandhi, the book which you are studying. That is the part of the second chapter, forms of a business organization. But I want to tell you one thing, that this is a very separate topic if you find it in NCERT. It is in fact one of the chapters. Now in other books what they have done, they have clubbed two chapters, and this topic, formation of a joint stock company, which is one of the chapter in NCERT book, has been clubbed with the second chapter in Poonam Gandhi and in other books as well. So don't get confused if you find this as one of the topic under formation of a business organization, and if you find it as one of a separate chapter in NCERT. Now, since the last topic that we studied was related with the joint stock company, that what type of feature does it has, what are its merits and demerits. Now we are going to study how joint stock company is created. Right? In the previous video we have seen its features, merits, demerits. We have talked about few terminologies which we used over there, but now we are going to study about the details, how the company is created. Before we proceed ahead, I want to clarify you that the company is created in these 4 steps, and these 4 steps has to be followed in the same sequence. The first step is promotion, the second step is incorporation, the third step is capital subscription, and the fourth is commencement of business. We have talked about incorporation in a previous, but we have not talked about the other words. The first one is promotion. What is promotion? I'll give you a small gist about all the 4 steps. Promotion means thinking about business, how to start a business. Before we start a business, the business is just an idea in the mind. So when that idea is getting converted into a practical form, the work done by that person is called as a promoter, and the activities which are being done, that is called as a promotion, where the idea which is in the mind is taking existence in the practical way. Now to make that thing possible, what has to be done? A certain document has to be prepared, as we have discussed in the previous video, that formation of a company is not an easy task. It's a very complex activity. It's a very difficult activity. So a lot of documents has to be prepared, and we'll be studying about these documents in our upcoming videos. So there are a lot of documents that has to be prepared and submitted to the registrar. Now registrar looks after all the documents. When he finds everything complete and factful and authentic, then he gives the permission. As I have told you, incorporation is called as the birth certificate of the company. So this is the birth certificate which is issued by the registrar, and after getting this certificate, this paper, the company finally comes in existence. But my dear friends, it still cannot start its activity because step number 3 is still left. Step number 3 is capital subscription, where a company will be selling some amount of shares to the investors, to the shareholders, and it is important to get the recovery of 90% of the total issue. I am revising it, 90% of the total issue of share has to be recovered, and if it has done, the permission has to be taken from the SEBI. What is SEBI? Security Exchange Board of India. It is an institution which looks after the working of the share market, of the stock market. So capital subscription is the taking permission from SEBI. Now when SEBI has given the permission, now comes the 4th step, is commencement of business. Again, some paper has to be submitted here at the 4th stage also. When these papers are again submitted to the registrar finally approves by issuing the last certificate, that is commencement of business. Commencement means starting, beginning of business. And then when the owners or the promoter, they receive this last certificate, now the company can finally start its business transaction. I hope this quick gist of all the 4 steps is clear to you all. We will be studying about each step in a separate videos. Here we are starting up with the first step first, that is promotion. The promotion has certain following steps which we are going to study over here. Number 1, identification of business opportunities. As I have told you, opportunity over here is an idea. To start a business, it is important to see whether the ideas are practically possible or not. Fine. So business is not practically always possible. It is just an idea in the mind. Suppose, let's take an example. I want to start a water park business. Fine, I want to run a water park. I want to create, being a teacher, I want to start a water park. Now it comes, where can I start it? Now I am thinking, let's start it in the remote areas, away from the city, where I can get a lot of land, right? So that is what concept I am having in my mind. So here, finding out, identifying it, whether it is going to be possible or not. Who will do it? The promoter. He is the one. Now, being a teacher, maybe if I have no idea, I can hire a person who is going to check this business opportunity is having this business opportunity has a scope to be in a practical, to be get converted in a practical way, yes or no. So the promoter is the person who looks after all the formalities. Now what promoter is going to do? He will hire some analysts, engineers, some other people, those who will be helping in identifying the opportunity of the business. They will be analyzing and giving the report to the promoter that whether this business idea is practically possible or not. If it will not be practically possible, it will just remain the idea in head. But if it is possible, then the promoter will move towards the next step, that is feasibility study. What is feasibility study? Feasibility means possibility study. Now since after doing all of analysis, it has been concluded that yes, this business opportunity can be implemented in the practical way. Here it still has to be tested on various parameters. That parameters can be economical, technical, that parameter can be financial. So 3 parameters are there which checks the possibility of the business idea. Okay. So here are the 3 tests: technical one, financial and economical. On these 3 bases, the idea will be checked. What is technical? The technical is whether the raw materials are available or not. It will be checked whether the employees, the staff of the business will be available or not. So all those grounds will be checked in the technical studies, whether the raw materials will be available or not. Then we have the financial. Now funds, money, which is the most important resource to start a business. So from where the business will get the funds? What savings I have? Are my savings enough to start a business? From where can I get? Can I get a loan from bank? Can I get a loan from financial institutions? Is there any other source of funds which can come to me and by which I can start a business? What is the total budget? Is my savings enough as per the budget? Fine. So that financial is going to be checked in the financial tests. Economical is related with the profit level. If the business has started, technically it is okay, everything is available, right? Financially it is okay, the funds will be available, but it is not guaranteed that after starting a business it will always end up with success. That is a very crucial calculation. So here economical, that is profit, needs to be checked, that if the business has finally started working, is it actually going to generate profit or not? What if it gets a disastrous, that after so much of investment, still the business is not able to generate profit? It will never be able to survive. It will never be able to get stabilized in the market, and then it will lead towards loss, and finally the risk will get created and company will get shut down. So these 3 tests analysis are very important, which takes place in the second step. Third we have is the name approval. Now the company, if it is getting started, definitely it will have some name, but before the owner or the promoter, they are starting with the business, they need to keep a name, but that name again has to be approved. Who approves it? The registrar approves it. And one more important thing, that the name should not be identical name of the company which is already existing in the market. As we took an example that I want to start a water park business. Here fun and Gaon may be the name of the water park which I want to start. If there is a water park already there in the market with the same name, the registrar will never give the approval to the name which I am giving to him, since it is same and identical. So I can choose some other name which is not already existing in the market. So registrar is the person who checks the name and then after getting satisfied approves it. So the company has come into existence, is getting in existence, the tests has already been done, everything is through, the name of the company has been decided, and now comes the fixing up of signatories to MOA. MOA is Memorandum of Association, one of the most important document that needs to be prepared by the promoter, by the professional and submitted to the registrar. We will be studying MOA in detail in our upcoming videos. Fixing up signatories means it has to be decided that who are the experts and professionals who are going to run the business. As I told you, if I am a teacher starting this business, I may not have an idea or I may not have the complete knowledge to start a business. So I have hired a promoter, and that promoter can further take the help of the doctor, can take the help of the chartered accountant who will look after the financial aspect of the company. The promoter can hire the solicitor, the lawyer who will look after the legal work of the company. A promoter can hire the managers who can look after the managerial, the documentation work of the company. So these people are those who look after the working of the companies and prepare the MOA, the document. But if the promoter itself want to become one of the signatories over here, one of the directors, what he can do, he can also give his consent in written. Consent means his willingness that being a promoter, I want to be one of the member in this company. This written consent will also be submitted to the registrar. And mind it is important that fixing up of signatories is not just by these people. Here, director plays a very important role as one of the signatories, because these directors are the ones who are the whole sole controller of the company. I hope you remember in the previous topic we discussed that shareholders are the one who elect the directors. Yes, we are talking about the same directors who together create a board of directors. They are called by this name, and these are the people who are signing up these documents which will be further submitted to the registrar. And if the promoter itself wants to become the director, what he has to do? He has to buy the qualifying shares. Don't get confused that there are too many types of shares. Qualifying shares are the same shares which were being purchased by the investors. We call it qualifying shares only because it has been purchased by the directors. It is getting purchased since the promoter wants to be a director. He is buying the same shares which has been purchased by the common people, by the public, by the investors, right? But then it will not be called as a qualifying shares. Either they are buying equity or they are buying preference. But when the same number of shares are being purchased by the directors, the name changes as qualifying shares. I hope it is clear till here. Then we have appointment of professionals. Appointment of professionals is exactly the thing that we discussed over here, that the professionals are getting hired, the lawyers, the CA, right? These people are those who make the working of the organization more smooth and better. And at the last we have the preparation of necessary documents which needs to be prepared and submitted to the registrar. I hope you remember the demerits of the joint stock company, that it is numerous regulations are there. It's a complex activity. Reason behind preparation of necessary documents. One of the important document is MOA, which we are going to study in detail ahead. So all those documents has to be prepared, again submitted to the registrar. Once the registrar is okay with all these documents and all these formalities and procedures, he issues the second step activity, that is incorporation, and the promoter has to even pay fee also for getting the company registered. In our next video, we are going to study the next stage, that is incorporation.